Hey, rock stars. I wanted to take a second to talk to you about how to have an effective practice space. And when I say effective, I mean your practicing habits, they sink in, you remember them, and also affecting different parts of your life. Because let's face it, music is a therapy tool that we can use to blow off some steam, to flex our creative muscles, and to impact profound change in our lives. So I know it sounds a little crazy, but I've seen it work time and time again. When you set intention to shift things in your life, to change that old habit patterns where you've kind of become stuck, you can use music to shift that. And the way that you can do that is, well, one, you could write songs about like pain and transformation. But another thing that you can do is just write a simple mantra. And this could be anything. And it can be the most like shallow BS too. There's no like standard for what you need to write about. If you feel like you need to, clean your house more, or that you've been like lazy and you need to get out of this habit pattern of being lazy, like that's totally cool. So, what you do is you write down a sentence that says, I am blah. And even if you don't believe it, okay, so let's take this laziness one. We're going to say, I am super productive, okay, to combat the laziness. So you sit with that for a moment and you think, I am super productive. Okay. And then you feel what it would feel like if you did the things that you've been putting off forever, if you stop procrastinating. Okay. So you sit in that for a moment. Even if you don't really believe yourself, it matters. Okay. The reason why, as soon as you start to practice, you are using parts of your brain like simultaneously in a way that no other thing can do. Okay. Music is like a crazy exercise routine for your brain because you're using fine motor skills, your creative muscles, you're using left and right hemispheres, frontal lobe, all that stuff. Your brain looks like fireworks. There's a really cool video I saw. It's a TEDx video. It's like your brain on music. So you all look it up, check it out. It's super cool. But when you are in that learning space and you have this idea in front of you that says, hey, I'm super productive, okay? You write that down, you have that laying in front of you. You focus on what you need to focus on and occasionally look down at your paper and say, hey, I'm really productive, okay? And then go back to playing. Inserting that thought into this new neural network that you're creating every time you learn a song. It's pretty cool. It works like really good. Trust me when I say that like music is a manifester. I am living, walking proof of that. Little backstory on me. I like moved to Charlotte, and I didn't have anything. Like I moved here with nothing. I moved in with someone, like lived with them for a while, like had a family that fell apart, and then I left again with nothing. Okay. I started teaching music lessons, and it was just this very like flow. I just kind of followed the signs and just went with the flow. And now I am in this amazing music studio space in like the best possible location in Charlotte. I didn't need anything up front to get here where I am now. Like I've just said yes and been in flow and been consciously manifesting, and now I have this amazing space, an awesome business. There's other teachers that work here too, and you don't necessarily need to know how you're going to get where you want to be. You just need to show up every day and say, hey, I'm doing the work. And I did that. And I've done that with mantras and, with following my path and my dream and helping others, which is hopefully how I can impact you too. And I can teach you kind of how to bring things into your life with music. So I wanted to make the video this week just to kind of touch on that. Now, another thing I want to say is your guitar, your bass, have it in a space where you have access to it. If you have a guitar stand, it needs to be out on a guitar stand. I respect that some instruments need to be, humidified. Well, of course, they need to be humidified. They need to be taken care of. But if it's just collecting dust in a bag in your closet, you are not going to touch it. So get your instrument out. Take care of it. Wipe it off. Shine it up. All right, get a little microfiber cloth and just, clean your strings off and love on your instrument. Your instrument is, something that can bring you joy and happiness, and it's important that you treat your instruments with respect too. And that being said, the instrument also needs to be treated with respect in the space that you play it in. So I'm not saying you need to Marie Kondo your life and have this super tidy space. You don't necessarily need a really tidy space or really clean space to practice in if you feel good in it. Okay, so let's say, all right, I'm in my office right now. My office isn't the cleanest. It's clean, but there's stuff. I have a lot of stuff, okay? But when I come into this room, into this space, it always feels good. And if it doesn't feel good, then sometimes I just need to declutter. I like to clean all my surfaces off. I like to have lots of crystals and plants and things that just give the space a really good energy. I burn essential oils, so my space smells really good. So you can do all of these things. You can do it with smell. You're basically changing your vibration, right? Every time you play music, you are shifting your vibration to be in another space. So, your space can have its own vibration too. And when you have the space, you have the equipment that's respected, you have yourself that's also respected, you can go and start to learn these songs, and it becomes this very cathartic thing that will really change your entire life. It will change your life. So set your practice space, respect your instrument, and respect yourself, the choices that you've made to get to here where you are today. And take a reflective look back on patterns that you have, and don't hate on yourself. I want you to honor those patterns. They've gotten you here to where you are today. And if you want to level up, recognize the shift that needs to happen and speak it out loud. Speak the words. Be who you want to be. Just speak it into being, and then play some music, and then speak it into being again. And if you write a song about whatever you want to be, whatever you want to become, the impact of that could be profound in itself. But everything all around all this music is just about increasing our vibration. And I hope that you will honor this gift that I've given you today that came through me from Mother Source. And I just want you all to rock out. Even if you're playing the most thrashing death metal song, it will raise your vibration. Just tune into the frequencies that you want to be plugged into. All right. So I went super woo on you this week. Woo! And I hope you liked it. Till next time.